Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today I do want to talk to you guys about probably one of the most important things right now that we should all be paying attention to and not ignoring. Going all the way back to 2021, there's been a discussion around cryptocurrencies, stablecoins, CBDCs, etc. Now, one of the biggest things I've noted on this channel is when we talk about XRP and we talk about replacements for XRP and just crypto itself. Outside of the scope of what crypto does and what crypto is becoming, I've talked about why crypto is crucial for American citizens and even citizens all around the world. Listen, as individuals, as the retail sector, no matter what country you live in, no matter where you live, crypto opens a door to financial freedom. And when I say financial freedom, it's not just, hey, you're going to get rich off of crypto. No, I mean, it breaks you away from the traditional system. It opens a door of more economic opportunity as well. It allows you to send money freely at a fraction of a penny at a very fast pace. And it all depends on what currency you are utilizing. But this is why we talk about XRP quite a bit, because it is changing the way that money is moved, settled, and ultimately created. Now, with this, we talk about the main players around the traditional system. And one of the biggest things that I've made known on this channel is why the Fed and these government entities hate cryptocurrencies. It's because they can't control it. They can't, say, hey, you can't spend that currency here or there, wherever. They can't put limitations on it. They also want to fully regulate the hell out of it and control the system and actually put a lot of the power in the hands of Wall Street, which we all know is not beneficial for us because guess what? Wall Street has failed us many times in the past. And in fact, they utilize the system to create this entire economy built upon the backs of the retail sector. Meaning, guess what? You get screwed while the rich continue to get richer. But here we have why the Fed hates cryptocurrencies and especially stablecoins. Going all the way back to July of 2021, you wouldn't need stablecoins, you wouldn't need cryptocurrencies if you had a digital US currency. This is from the Fed, Jerome Powell. I think that's one of the stronger arguments in its favor. And again, this is exactly why they have been adamant about fully controlling crypto, going against it, attacking it, especially through regulatory means. The SEC is essentially shackling the entire crypto space, right? It's controlling it, delaying it, and slowing it down to the point where they want to create a CBDC system. They want to create this entire new financial system, or if you will, this is ultimately the Great Reset, resetting the system and ushering in CBDCs and social credit scores and things like that. And for those out there that don't believe that this is becoming a real thing, well, guess what? I have a wake-up call for you. Today, we are going to be talking about something very significant that is most likely going to get swept under the rug. Now, first, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's happening over in Europe. So we do see here, Biden admin aims to implement a central bank digital currency, CBDC, to bring about a cashless society, allowing them to track everything we purchase and control our money. Government's FedNow system is needed first step to achieve their dream of cashless society. This needs to be stopped at its inception, or it will be too. And I do completely agree with this tweet as well. Like, we need to stop this before it gets far too big, and we need to resist as much as possible. But listen closely to this video. It's about 3 minutes long.
Now we have in Europe this threshold. Above 1,000 euros, you cannot pay cash. If you do, you are on the gray market. So you take your risk. You get caught, you are fined, or you go in jail.
So you go to jail for spending your own money if they don't control it. That's coming here. Tulsi Gabbard has spoken out against it. She, of course, ran for president, served in the House from Hawaii, and joins us now. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, Tucker.
This is so dystopian. You'd hate to think it could ever come here. You think it might?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is just the latest effort by those in power in our country who are intent on undermining and taking away our own freedoms and liberties. This central bank digital currency is about government-sanctioned surveillance and control. It's about them being able to keep track of every single thing that we purchase, whether it's a stick of gum or an automobile or anything in between. And so if they have all this information and data, which they will in this system, then where does that lead? It gives them the power to decide, okay, well, hey, we don't want to allow you to purchase certain things, or we may deem it necessary to freeze your overall account. This power and what they can do with it, it's not something we have to imagine. We've already seen how Democrats in Congress, Elizabeth Warren and others, are pressuring credit card companies to code and keep track of any purchase that's made at a store that sells firearms. Why? So that these private companies can then say, hey, this person is purchasing, I don't know what they deem is kind of the threshold, but they will then report that as suspicious activity to law enforcement, and then expect law enforcement to take action and go after the purchases, legal purchases that a private person made. So this all comes back to how you open this. Once we give up our economic autonomy, we no longer have freedom. Once we allow someone else to control our wallet, they then control our freedom.
Do you think people understand what this means? It'll be sold, as always, as an effort to push back against terrorism or international financiers or crime or whatever, but do people understand on a gut level what could be coming?
I don't think they do, and it's understandable, because if you listen to what the government is telling us, like with all of these other things, whether it's the Patriot Act or the Restrict Act, they're doing the very same thing with this, saying, hey, this is for your own good. This is for your convenience, to make it easier for you to conduct transactions, when in fact they are giving themselves all of the power, taking it away from us, undermining our God-given rights and freedoms in the Constitution, because they want to be able to control us. They want to be able to control we the people.
So nicely put. Tulsi Gabbard joining us.
And that's exactly what I've mentioned many times in the past as well. Like when we look at CBDCs, when we look at what they are talking about with the FedNow service, it's all to push this idea on how efficient it is, how it's going to benefit you and me. But it's not. It's not for our benefits at all. They want control. They want control. That's all they want. They are hungry for these CBDC systems because it allows them to control everything. But now, I want to talk about this. So for those out there that don't believe that this is becoming a reality, well, here you guys have it. Well, it's officially here. America now has a social credit system. And no, it's not like Visa or Amex. Here's Biden, right, signing into law an executive order bypassing Congress. Check this out. Breaking. Biden signs order enforcing social justice credit scores. We've warned about this. We've warned about this for quite some time. And we do see down here that under the new executive order titled Revitalizing Our Nation's Commitment to Environmental Justice for All, agencies are directed to consider measures to address and prevent disproportionate and adverse environmental and health impacts on communities, including the cumulative impacts of pollution and other burdens like climate change. Last time that I checked, Air Force One still flies around. That's a private jet. What's happening with that? Also, think about it like this. This is just the beginning, because all this is really doing is targeting federal facilities, and it's also targeting right now currently communities. But what about individuals, right? Because this is going down the food line. It's going to start at the top, and then all of a sudden, guess what? We're the ones being targeted by this social score. We do see the White House's statement says that Biden hopes to conduct new assessments of their environmental justice efforts to develop, implement, and periodically update an environmental justice strategic plan. These environmental justice strategic plans and assessments will be submitted to the White House Council on Environmental Quality and made public on a regular basis, including through the Environmental Justice Scorecard, a new government-wide assessment of federal agencies' efforts to advance environmental justice. This is the start. I've told everyone about this. These credit scores are coming. And this is a big deal. I want everyone to understand what's happening around this. But they are coming for your gas-powered vehicles. They're coming for the food that you're buying, the food that you are eating, possibly even the food that you are growing, depending on those out there that are farmers or not. They are trying to control the entire system. They are cracking down on the full system. This is all a control narrative. And I know how crazy this sounds. Trust me, a lot of people believe that this is a conspiracy theory, but this is extremely terrifying what's happening. This is why we have been talking about it around crypto as well. You honestly think that they care about investor protection? No, they want to stop out anything that can take away control from what is happening. And that is the CBDC push narrative, and ultimately leading to the fourth industrial revolution within the Great Reset. And the fourth industrial revolution has been a thing going all the way back to 2015 and even previously. But all of this is leading up to the Great Reset, the fourth industrial revolution, if you will. Here's a video from the World Economic Forum. All of this has been in plan for so long. Listen closely to this video. It's only about a minute or two in the segment. I know it's an 8-minute long video, but we're not going to play the whole thing. But listen closely to this.
That's an excellent question. As a reminder, my notion and my book of the fourth industrial revolution is that the innovations we are seeing today in terms of artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, cloud computing, advanced robotics, and many others, together constitute a new phase in human development, on par or even exceeding previous industrial revolutions in scale and impact. COVID-19, if anything, has accelerated this ongoing industrial revolution. If COVID had happened even 10 years ago, we could not have imagined moving entire companies, schools, and government offices so fast online. Today, that is a reality. The fourth industrial revolution has become a reality, not just for the pioneers, but for a broad range of people and workers. We are also seeing macroeconomic consequences, changes. Big tech companies such as Apple, Samsung, Alphabet, Amazon, or Facebook already are among the largest global companies, but the last months have further cemented their leading positions in the market, while others have started to lag further behind. That will prove to be not only the case now, but will be a permanent consequence of COVID-19. But these past few months have also shown that the fourth industrial revolution will not be beneficial to all unless we make conscious choices and investments to ensure that this is the case. Disadvantaged school students, unskilled workers, and non-digitized companies and governments will feel the crisis much more than others. Moreover, both corporate and income inequality have worsened during the last months. So when we build the post-COVID world, when we do the Great Reset, one of the most important places to start will be to ensure that the fruits of the fourth industrial revolutions are really shared by all. It starts with equitable investments, particularly in education and reskilling. And it also implies we come up with a new framework to regulate data ownership, intellectual property, and competition in the fourth industrial revolution. This requires public-private cooperation. So, to the participants of this World Knowledge Forum, my message is this. It is very important to embrace the fourth industrial revolution and its technology, as it will determine our future prosperity like nothing else.
So there you have it, right? The fourth industrial revolution. And this is going to shape everything. And all of what we are seeing today, CBDCs, credit systems, the environmental impact, this is all from the Great Reset. Going all the way back to June 3rd, 2020. This is from the World Economic Forum. Now is the time for a Great Reset. Push to reset the world. Here you guys have it. They utilize COVID-19 as a perfect excuse for this, the same exact way that they are utilizing the banking collapse and the problems around finance to push CBDCs. It's for our benefit. It's going to help us fight back and counteract these problems within the banking sector. The FedNow service is all for our benefit. It's going to streamline payments. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. The same way that they're saying that these credit scores are for, it's going to allow for the environmental impact to be strongly offset. We're going to see the impacts of this be fully beneficial for the environment and for our everyday life. It's all nonsense. It's to push for a full control system. We do see here, every country from the United States to China must participate, and every industry from oil and gas to tech must be transformed. In short, we need a great reset of capitalism. They utilized COVID-19 for this. And this is happening. This is becoming a reality. Everything that we know of will be fully reset. We do see here the pandemic presents a rare but narrow window of opportunity to reflect, reimagine, and reset our world. And this is all centered on the Great Reset, around everything. You could see it. Every single aspect of life will be fully disrupted. And this is their goal. This is their idea. Even over here, the Great Reset, there's an urgent need for global stakeholders to cooperate in simultaneously managing the direct consequences of the COVID-19 crisis. To improve the state of the world Economic Forum is starting the Great Reset initiative. And if you don't think that this is becoming a reality, if you don't think that this is happening, look at what is happening. This executive order itself is proof of what's to come. And yes, I do believe that they are going to push CBDCs and stomp out decentralized finance because they want full control of everything. They want to limit you on what you can buy. They want to track and trace everything that you are buying. And it's all to push this credit system, this social credit system around environmental impact and environmental justice. And the World Economic Forum, as we know it, is partnered with every single major company out there. If you look at the names that are tied to their partner list, go look at some of the partners that they have. Here's just the A. I mean, you could probably see many names that you know on this list in just the A section. But then when you go to health and healthcare, look at the names tied to the World Economic Forum. Like, these are everyday brands. These are names that everyone knows about. And it's just beginning. Every single major company is in the know with the World Economic Forum. We are about to see a full-on reshape of our entire system. And what's larger than COVID-19? Well, we already see the plan outlined for us. Here we have from Klaus Schwab. The pandemic was a stroll in the park. Klaus Schwab, the COVID-19 crisis would be seen as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack, which will bring to a complete halt the power system, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole, the Great Reset. Listen closely to this.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
And I want you guys to understand that what they want to do is a full reset of the system. When we see this major cyber attack, this is going to usher in the new system. Now, will we see a cyber attack to usher in the new system, or is it already launching? Is it already becoming a reality? Because FedNow goes live in July. That FedNow service is the beginning of what's to come around CBDCs. And this is their goal. Why wouldn't it be their goal? They don't want to accept cryptocurrencies as they are. If that was the case, the US would have already had a regulatory framework. But they don't want to do that because they want this new system. They want this CBDC system where they can control what you spend your money on, how you spend your money, what you can do with your money, and put limitations on your money. This is a reality. And as terrifying as it sounds, yeah, it is coming to the US. It's already here. It's already in plan. Now I ask all of you, what do you believe is going to happen within the next year around this system? Because they're already planning it. This executive order is the beginning. This has put things into perspective on where we are at now, and it's finally starting to roll out. And I want everyone to make sure that you are awake and understanding what's coming. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm a free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. Others, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.